What's up, everyone? Steven Jensen here. Welcome to the Fightful UFC 265 Watchalong. Gonna wait for people to kind of trickle in here. We got Pedro Munhoz heading to the ring right now, heading to the octagon. Gonna have Jose Aldo coming out next. Thank you for joining me as everyone kind of trickles in here. Let me know your predictions. Let me know in the chat. You guys got Munhoz. You guys got Aldo for this co-main event. Also, as always, super chats, very important. If you send those, I'll make sure to put your question right up on the screen. I'll make sure to prioritize that. If you have any questions or predictions for this UFC show, if you have anything that's pro wrestling related, obviously a lot of stuff happened yesterday in the world of wrestling, a lot of good indie stuff this weekend. So yeah, anything you guys have any questions about, anything you want read out on the air, send a super chat. I guarantee you that I get it out there for you. But I am pumped for this fight, y'all. I am super pumped. Jose Aldo has looked really good. Even in some of his losses recently, he's looked really good. Can y'all believe he's only 34 years old, Jose Aldo? I think that's unreal. What's up, JRC in the chat? Thank you to Jason Moskowitz for the new membership last night. I'm interested to see what you guys think is going to happen in this one. Interesting stylistic matchup too, right? Like we got Jose Aldo, who, I mean, if you keep that distance with those leg kicks, but Munhoz is really, really well-rounded. But of course, Aldo's still got really good boxing as well. Like this is a really tough one. They are the same age, the two of them, but it's just wild to think that Aldo is only 34 because I've been watching him live since I was definitely in high school when I first started watching him. So we're talking I'm going to look it up right now just so I don't kind of misquote it. But Jose Aldo's got to be. He has got to have been around since 2006, 2004. That's unreal. I first started watching him in the WEC around the time I was kind of graduating high school and entering college. Cannot believe it's been that long. That is unreal. Got Jose Aldo about to enter the octagon. I'll let you guys know when kind of what the timer is looking like on my screen also. So you guys can sync up with me to the best of your abilities so we can kind of do the better, the closer to live, the better. I thought Tisha Torres win, very solid. Angela Hill's a great fighter, so is Tisha. Thought it was cool that she shouted out. I believe it was her grandmother, she said, is fighting breast cancer. That hits home for me and my family for sure. So, and I know people who know Tisha Torres, and apparently she's a really good person. So I think Jose Aldo is a top, one of the top of all time. I mean, especially for his weight class at featherweight. But he's been looking good at bantamweight too. It's pretty rare that you see somebody go down in weight so late into their career. But he's getting a second life at bantamweight. It's a real tough climb at featherweight right now. But he came into bantamweight and immediately established himself as a contender. See what we got here. What up, everyone who's coming in tonight? Thank you for joining me right here on the Fightful UFC 265 watch along. We're going to be getting the introductions from Bruce Buffer here in just a second. And then, of course, we have Cyril, Gane, and Derrick Lewis tonight in the main event of the evening. Ooh. Ricardo El Idolo El Distracción with the super chat says, Jose was king for a hot minute. Should be good. He definitely was. I mean, especially if you think about those WEC days when some of the guys that were in the lighter weight classes than what the UFC was offering at the time, guys like Jose Aldo, Uriah Faber, Dominic Cruz, those types of dudes that everyone thought might be quote unquote too small to be a star in the UFC. They proved everybody wrong when WEC was absorbed by the UFC. Jose Aldo was the only featherweight champion for 10 years or something like that. And then Conor McGregor came in and knocked him out in 13 seconds, which is still just so wild that happened the way that it did. But to Aldo's credit, he wound up re-winning the title afterwards after Conor vacated, and he's been a contender at featherweight and bantamweight ever since. What up, Romeo? Thank you for joining the chat. We obviously have no fight footage. for obvious reasons. But I will let you guys know here in just a second what the timer is looking like. I currently have Jose Aldo getting his introduction by Bruce Buffer. And just like Ricardo, if you send a super chat, I'll make sure to put it up on the screen, read it out for you, answer any questions you got, whether it's MMA or pro wrestling related. Aldo looks pretty good for bantamweight as well. Like, he looks like he makes the cut pretty healthily, which is, once again, pretty impressive considering how long he's been around already. Yeah, Mike Beltran is the referee for this one with the wild mustache and beard. Cody Garbrandt tweeting about it. He's excited. Of course he is. All right, y'all. The fight just started. I am currently at 4:55. Munhoz throwing some leg kicks. Munhoz moving forward. Went for a couple of punches there, and then another leg kick. I mean, these guys are going for it right away. Fast action. Tell Aldo's trying to figure out his timing. Munhoz misses a spinning heel kick. It wasn't close, but I give him credit for throwing it. Both just throwing a few jabs at one another. I'm surprised Aldo hasn't thrown more leg kicks yet. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. His kicks are so lethal. Munhoz has been throwing most of the kicks. Munhoz with another leg kick. We've been seeing that tactic implemented a lot lately, those leg kicks. They've always been a part of the game, obviously, but like more so now than ever. They really seem to be effective. I've got the ESPN stats ready to put up here too throughout the fight as well. But we'll use those in between rounds. Excuse me. I've had a very long day, y'all. I'm happy you're here to join me. Ooh, Aldo throws a nice knee. I think it caught Munhoz in the chest, possibly in the chin. Munhoz went right through it, though, and Munhoz is right back to throwing the leg kicks. Aldo threw a body shot. He's got really, really nice boxing when he goes to the body. Just for the record, my pick was Aldo. I know we were doing picks earlier. I did pick Aldo for this one. Aldo keeps throwing for the body. He's not landing everything. The last leg kick that Munhoz just landed looked like it buckled Aldo a little bit. And I'm assuming he's using that to take away the weapons of Aldo's legs. Like, I mean, Aldo's got such good kicks, especially leg kicks, that he's just kind of chipping away at his legs, trying to probably weaken his weapon there. Both guys are looking good so far, though. Ooh, Aldo with another shot to the body. Jose is throwing a lot of uppercuts and knees. Pedro goes high with the head kick, but gets blocked. While you're here joining me while we're watching this action, please hit the thumbs up button. That helps us out a lot over here at Fightful. Lets people know that you enjoy the streams. Man, nothing serious landed there. I don't know if these guys are friends or not. Like, I don't know, like how like I guess big of friends the two of them are, but I believe there's a lot of mutual respect there between both guys. It's pretty rare when you get veteran fighters that like really dislike each other. You know what I mean? There's usually some level of respect there. Aldo landed a couple punches. Munhoz fires right back. Ooh, nice uppercut by Aldo. He's throwing it like he's Dominic Cruz just said it on commentary as well, right as I was going to. Aldo throws that uppercut like he's going to the body, but if he's in the right position and he sees where Munhoz's head's at, he goes to the head. All right, we're in between rounds. Let's see if I can get this to work. So these are the stats right now where we're at in this fight. So we've got total strikes. Aldo's at 24. Munhoz is at 24 as well. Pedro's thrown 13 more strikes. Significant strikes is even at 24 and 24. Aldo 13 to the head. Munhoz 7 to the head. The one that's really standing out, obviously, is the leg kicks. Munhoz is at 14 landed leg kicks. Aldo is at 0. That's pretty shocking, given Jose Aldo's skill set. Got round 2 about to start. Michael, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but welcome. We got a super chat. Cyclops is better than Wolverine. That's a very blunt statement there. Says with the super chat, new MMA fans don't understand Aldo is an MMA icon, I believe is what you're saying there. Dude, I mean, it really depends on when you're around, but no matter what time you've spent as a fan of mixed martial arts, you got to put Jose Aldo up there. I mean, he's definitely one of the best featherweights ever. And when you look at his longevity and the fact that he's only 32 still, and he can hypothetically still do this for maybe another decade, or maybe transition into boxing like we've seen guys like Anderson Silva do lately. I mean, he might still have a pretty long career ahead of him. He's already accomplished. I mean, depending on who you ask, he's the best featherweight of all time. And I know it's debatable, with Max Holloway beating him twice and, Conor McGregor, like you got to put him in the conversation, even though it was a short run at featherweight. Like the things he did there were really, really incredible, like knocking out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. Aldo's been landing the jab a little bit more effectively here in this round. Ooh, Munhoz landed a nice left hook. Aldo walked right through it, but it looked like he definitely got caught with it. And just as another reminder, y'all, as Cyclops just sent, if you guys send super chats, I will make sure to put it up on the screen. I'll make sure to read it out, answer any question you got, whether it's pro wrestling or mixed martial arts related, and answer your questions, get your predictions out there. And also make sure to subscribe to Fightful Select. If you're not part of Fightful Select yet, I don't know what you're doing. Sean Ross Sapp's on there dropping news pretty much daily. You have my podcast, The Weekender, every Sunday. I'll be recording the next episode tomorrow afternoon or evening. You get Alex, the Sour Graps podcast. I mean, great value for your money over there at FightfulSelect.com. Highly recommend going over there and subscribing if you're a fan of, especially if you're a fan of professional wrestling. But there's news of a bunch of different news all over the place over there at FightfulSelect.com. Although still kind of like feeling out his range, it feels like. But then when he's throwing those uppercuts and knees, like he's throwing with intent. Munhoz with a nice jab and a nice leg kick. I'm just very surprised that Aldo isn't throwing more leg kicks. And I know Aldo's confident in his hands. Like, I think he's trying to set up something like a combo, maybe like body head or something. But there's a leg kick from Aldo. It's going to be interesting to see how they score the second round if it stays as is. Because Aldo, I think, is actually landing more, but Munhoz is throwing more. But neither are like really hurting one another in this round. First round, I think you got to go with Munhoz because pretty much everything was identical except for Pedro, landing 14 leg kicks to 0 for Aldo. So like I feel like you got to go Pedro for round 1. Yes, I did hear about all those WWE NXT releases. I did. The news was broken by Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp. I know he doesn't enjoy that part of the job. I don't think anybody would enjoy that part of the job, but in my opinion, the most reliable source for wrestling news, Fightful, FightfulSelect.com. Munhoz just missed with that overhand right. There's 35 seconds left in the second round is where we're at in this fight for those of you watching along. And of course, after this will be Derrick Lewis and Cyril Gane for the interim UFC heavyweight championship. I'll get all your predictions for that one before the fight starts. This is the kind of fight too with these two guys, how dangerous they are. Like it really could just come down to just one big mistake from one or the other. And the other just to be able to capitalize. Yeah, Aldo faked a knee. I love how he throws that uppercut hook combo. So that was a good round. How would you guys score that round? That was a close one. Maybe Aldo. I think he actually landed more. But let's see. I have the stats. Let's pull it up. All right. So let's just make sure I got it up here on the screen for you. So round 2. So through the second round. Yeah, Munhoz is now at 31 leg kicks to Aldo's 2. That is such a huge discrepancy. But Aldo's landed at the head 46 times. Munhoz has only landed 18. I mean, that definitely counts for something. And a lot of those strikes to the head, or at least half of them happened in the second round for Aldo. Significant strikes, 68-54 in favor of Aldo. Total strikes also 68-54 for Aldo. This is a very close fight. I think right now we're at 1 round to 1 round. Do you guys agree? And yeah, I don't like the idea of the interim title either. It's a tough one. And I mean, Ngannou was just clearly the champion, and Lewis really should be fighting him again, considering he technically has a win over him. And Lewis is the number 1 contender, as far as I'm concerned. Then you're going to have that logjam there of Stipe and John Jones too. Like whenever they want to fight, hopefully they fight each other. It sounds like that might happen. Aldo with some nice jabs, and they go into a clinch, but separate. I mean, they're probably really happy that they put this interim title fight on here because, the Nunes fight fell off. So had that title fight been like the main event and they had no title fights, then they probably would have just like thrown in an interim championship, just at this fight, and people would have thought it meant even less. You know what I mean? It's kind of good they announced it from the start in hindsight with how things wound up working out. But nobody's going to consider this the real champion. I mean, when Francis Ngannou just won the belt and he's been so dominant. Mary Jane, right now, I think it's even 1 round to 1 round. So it's going to come down to this third one, in my opinion. As of right now, Aldo's landing the jab more effectively. Aldo's definitely in a rhythm. It's just a matter of, like, will either guy be able to finish the other? Aldo with a leg kick there and, like, 3 jabs in a row. I'm at 3 minutes and 10 seconds left of the third round for those of you joining and watching along. Aldo with a nice combo. He just threw like 4 or 5, and he landed probably 2 of them. Aldo with a nice leg kick. That one just buckled Munhoz. But then Munhoz with a nice straight right. I mean, this is a super high-level fight. As it makes sense, obviously. Aldo ranked at 5 and Pedro at number 9. But, I mean, this is... It's a hell of a matchup. And no, that leg kick just dropped Munhoz. I've been saying it this whole fight, why is he not throwing the leg kicks? Maybe that was just part of the game plan, kind of wear him down with the rest of his skill set and then just start laying him in towards the end, because Munhoz is bouncing around right now like he's hurt. Another, oof, that one could have been nasty. Another leg kick by Aldo. I get scared now, though, when I see someone throw really heavy to the leg after we've seen some of these, like, Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman situations. I know they, like, hardly ever happen, but, like, it still makes me a little worried when I see guys with, like, that kind of power who get a kick checked. Nice right by Aldo as they broke up from each other. A 3-piece. Nice leg kick. Every time Aldo's landing to Munhoz's lead leg now, it's buckling him. Like Munhoz he's like kind of switching his stances. He keeps going back to orthodox, but like when he's moving around, it looks like he could try to switch to southpaw because that front leg is getting chewed up. I cannot put the fight on. For anybody who asks, obviously I can't put the fight on here. But you can watch along with me while we all watch it together. But I cannot obviously air the fight. All right, there's about 30 seconds left in the fight. They're kind of circling the cage right now. Munhoz misses the spinning heel kick. He's thrown that like three times or so throughout this fight. It looks nice, but he hasn't come really close to landing it. Oof, Aldo just threw like a 3-piece to the head and then a nice leg kick and then another combination. Aldo looks fresh right now. There's 3 seconds left in the fight. Yep, I gotta say Jose Aldo for that one. What do you guys think? Those of you who are seeing the fight just ending, or if I'm a little bit ahead of you, I think you got to go 2 rounds to 1. Jose Aldo wins 29-28, in my opinion. My brother, who's watching the fight over here as well in my living room, you think Aldo won all 3? My brother thinks all 3 for Aldo. I say 2-1 Aldo. I can get the statistics up for y'all right now while we're waiting for the official decision. All right, so these are the final stats for the fight. Aldo really ran away with the total strikes, 113-64, as well as the significant strikes, same number there. Aldo landed to the head 78 times to Munhoz's 22. 26 body shots from Aldo, 5 from Pedro. Still 37 leg kicks from Pedro, 9 landed for Aldo, but I would argue that the 9 that Aldo landed were overall much more effective than the 37 Munhoz did. He was buckling him every time he landed on that. and Pedro with 10 seconds of control time because there's very little grappling in this one. Really good matchup. Super, super high-level stuff there. We got the official decision coming in any second. Aldo wins by unanimous decision. His trainer almost drops him off his shoulders. That would have been good. I did not hear the scorecard read, though. I'm about to see what it was unanimous. I'm interested to know if it was 29-28 or if it was 30-27. Okay. All right, y'all. You cannot, I don't think I have any mods in here. If I do, please help me out if you can, especially throughout the main event. Do not be sharing links to like streaming sites in this in the chat. I'm gonna do my best to delete those. And yes, I will be live for the main event as well. We got the interview right now from Aldo. Let's see if he calls anyone out. And just another reminder, y'all, super chats. If you send those, I will make sure to put your question, statement, comment, whatever you got, prediction up on the screen. I'll read it out. I will give you my my take, whatever you want me to talk about, pro wrestling or MMA related, or really anything related. I'll talk about really anything, but I think that's the two things most people would probably care about hearing about. Thank you for that offer, Ricardo. I don't make that call on here because I just come on kind of as on-air talent, if you will. But we'll keep that in mind. Just keep coming into the chats. Keep doing your thing. And there's always a chance with that. So there's another. All right, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, if you send any sort of links, any links whatsoever, especially illegal streams, and you put them in this chat, I'm going to start blocking people, all right? I hate that I have to do that. I'm deleting comments right now, but like I'm going to have to block you if you keep doing that. I don't want you, though. You know what I mean? Just stay cool. All the judges had it 30-27. Okay. Yeah, so my brother was right. Nailed it. Ricardo, no, I know you're always here. I just don't make those decisions. You know what I mean? It's nothing against you whatsoever. I appreciate you being in here. I very much appreciate it. I appreciate everyone in here right now. Aldo thanks the crowd for the positive vibes in Houston. 35 next month, says John Anik. That's wild. Only 35. Mixed crowd response for the governor of Texas that they showed in the crowd there. About half cheers, half boos. All right, y'all. We got Derrick Lewis versus Cyril Gane coming up next. Make sure to smash that like button while you're here. I'll let everyone know that you're enjoying the show. Let me know you're enjoying the show because we're on here. I'm doing all the big fight nights, so I'll usually have a guest with me, but we are going to be doing all the major UFC pay-per-views. Some of the major boxing, maybe even some more of the celebrity boxing stuff. Like I know it sounds crazy, but like we got a lot of viewership for Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. Like I really enjoy those kind of fights. I know I shouldn't as a hardcore MMA fan, a fan of pure MMA, but there's something about these celebrity / like freak show fights that they make for entertaining spectacles. So. That kind of stuff, maybe even some bare knuckle, but anything that's, a pretty big competition in the world of combat sports, we're going to be right here on Fightful watching along with you. Someone asked Pacquiao Spence. There's a good chance. That's a really big fight. There's definitely a good chance we do that. I'll definitely bring that one up. I'll keep y'all updated on the status of when the fight's going to be starting. We're getting a video package right now. Type everything up. I'm not sure who it's for, though. I'm just seeing images. It's Cyril Gane. Here we go. So they're running video packages right now for the main event, so we're not too far off. Oh, my boy Rob Wilkins. What's up, Rob? Skull Vikings. He sends a super chat, says, wanted to stop by and say hi, Skull. We just got to keep Justin Jefferson healthy. I don't know if you saw that, Brian. You see that? My brother's over here for anyone who's joining the chat. He's watching the fights with me. Justin Jefferson went down with a shoulder injury yesterday, but they're saying it's not serious. But, I mean, you got to do everything you can to protect what's going on that team, especially with the quarterback situation right now and, like, the whole vaccine situation the Vikings got going on. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting season for the entire NFL again. I think this is going to be even crazier than what it was last year with canceled games and who knows what, players dropping out right before games and stuff. That is going to be nuts. Prepare your fantasy football teams, everyone who plays fantasy football. All right, y'all, let's get some predictions before the walkouts. We still got the video package going on. I'm going to go Derrick Lewis by knockout. I'm going to preface this by saying that I think Cyril Gane literally has the advantage in every single possible aspect of mixed martial arts except for knockout power. And I think Derrick Lewis is going to catch Gane in his hometown. I just think he's going to land. I don't know if it's going to happen in the first round. I don't know if it's going to happen in the fifth round. No idea. But I think Derrick Lewis, it only takes one, and he's been able to land it. That said, once again, on paper, if you had, one guy on each side, which is boxes of like all the attributes it takes to be a mixed martial artist, one versus the other, I would check every single box for Gane except for knockout power. And I think that's going to be the difference. You have the same thing? My brother just predicted Derrick Lewis in round one with a head kick, like a spinning heel kick. Yeah, we'll see if that happens. That'd be pretty wild. Rob, thanks for stopping in, man. Good to see you, buddy. All right, so yeah, let's make some predictions. I've seen some Lewis in here. Actually, I'm seeing mostly Lewis so far. Lewis by knockout, Lewis by decapitation. Wow. Some with some Justin Jefferson love because they are an LSU Tigers fan. Man, it seems like everybody thinks that Lewis is going to win this fight. I thought it was going to be a bit more 50-50 from the people watching. But, this is in Houston. You know what I mean? Like, this is set up. Obviously, this is not predetermined like the world of pro wrestling, but this is set up in a scenario for Derrick Lewis to succeed. You know what I mean? Like, this crowd's going to go nuts for him, especially because, Gane's about to make his walkout right now. And I'll give you a heads up when Derrick Lewis is about to come out. But I guarantee you he's going to come out to Fat Pat, who's, a Houston legend, right, in the rap game. So, like, they're going to be – I think this crowd's going to be going nuts for Derrick Lewis. I really do. Tyler Andrews, I think the first person I've seen in here that's got Cyril Gane. So, once again, not a bad pick. Well, probably the better pick, like logically speaking. But Derrick Lewis has a way of just landing that one big one. And I know more people are trickling into the chat for the main event here. Welcome, everybody, right here at Fightful. Make sure to send those super chats throughout this main event and before the main event. If you want your prediction read out on the air, I will put it up there on the screen for you. I'll make sure to read it. I'll make sure to give you any insight I possibly can, whether it's a wrestling question, an MMA question. I'll try to give you your money's worth here. But send the super chats and make sure to get them on the screen and get them out there for everybody to read and to hear and all that stuff. The fight is 5 rounds for anybody asking. We got a 5-round main event for the interim UFC Heavyweight Championship. Gane is in the prep point right now, about to enter the octagon, and then we'll be. I think Cyril Gane is coming out to Paul Wall and or Mike Jones. I think it is. It's kind of I got it kind of turned down a little bit, so I can say focus on the chat here, but we're gonna have some good walkout music. Because that's Houston, right? Yeah, I mean, so both guys are coming out to Houston music. Obviously, Derrick Lewis actually resides in Houston, like Houston's home for him. Yeah, it's very pro Lewis chat in here. Once again, for the record, I am taking Derrick Lewis by knockout, but I've seen just a couple people taking Cyril Gane. This is interesting. I think a lot of people have the same mindset I do. I think a lot of people just expect Derrick Lewis to land, just because it only takes one. He can get beat up for the majority of the fight, but if he can land that one big one. Another super chat. Ricardo, thank you very much for another super chat. Says, my bong says Lewis by knockout round 2. Well, your magic bong could be right. I mean, round 2 knockout, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. That's what I can't decide on. Is it more likely he knocks him out at the beginning or towards the end? I know he'd have more time to get beat up throughout the 5 rounds, but I also feel like Gane might get a little bit tired, even though he's a very athletic dude. And maybe he'll just kind of put his hands down a little bit. Because we've seen Lewis and guys like Rosenstrike and stuff with similar fighting styles where they'll get knockouts literally like last second because their opponent, like remember that Overeem knockout, like that kind of stuff. They got Fat Pat on the walkout. The crowd is going nuts. Get your predictions in. Lewis is heading to the octagon. If you want me reading them out on here, showing them on the screen, send those super chats, y'all. Now is the time. Be sure to leave a thumbs up, too. And then I'll stop doing my shilling while the fight's actually going on. I love this song, by the way, this Fat Pat. I think it's called Tops Drop. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Really appreciate it. I've had a long day, y'all. I rarely ever talk about that kind of stuff on air. Just long day, and I'm really happy that you guys are in here watching with me tonight. Greetings from Syracuse, says Jason. What's up? One of my favorite journalists in history, Ariel Helwani, Syracuse University. Got a lot of Lewis predictions. Man, I get it, though. I get it. Like I said, I've got Lewis, too. Lewis is in the prep point, whatever they call it. He's going to be entering the octagon any second. Crowd's going to be going nuts. I'm going to throw the second headphone on real quick so I can get a good listen on this crowd pop. Yeah, shout out where you guys are from who are watching this. I like seeing where you guys are watching from. I mean, I really feel like Gane is just going to pick him apart and maybe even take him down and just kind of keep distance and he'll just make one mistake. You know what I mean? It's wild that I can make a prediction based off of that. But I feel like a lot of people are in that same boat. Yeah, keep letting me know where you guys are from in the chat. I like reading this stuff. And also keep throwing out your predictions. You guys got Lewis, you guys got Lewis, or you guys got Gane. Derrick Lewis has entered the octagon. Nice crowd pop. Once again, it's unfortunate this title belt doesn't actually mean anything, but I take nothing away from Derrick Lewis and Cyril Gane. These guys are two badass fighters. I think Derrick Lewis deserved a title shot anyways at Ngannou. And Gane is definitely the next best option outside of guys like, Stipe and John Jones and stuff like that. I mean, it's a damn good matchup. Just unfortunate that no one's going to consider them the champ. You know what I mean? So we got the tail of the tape. Lewis 36, Gane 31. Gane 6'4" height to 6'3" for Lewis. Really the biggest difference is Lewis weighed in at 264.5, Gane at 247. So Lewis is 20 pounds heavier, give or take. Especially now that they've probably put on some weight since the weigh-ins as well. We got some people from Houston in here. Wow. Why did you go to the fight? I just out of curiosity. I've heard some people say that they just didn't think it was that strong of a card on paper, and like I know some people who live in Houston, and they wound up not going either, which was kind of surprising because I know some big MMA fans that skipped out on going live. We got Bruce Buffer starting up his introductions here. Someone says Herb Beam by KO. That's always funny to call a knockout by the referee. Man. Buffer really knows how to hype it up, doesn't he? Derrick Lewis looks super focused. Gane looks pretty lax. He's almost kind of smiling. Like, Gane's got to be pretty confident that he's got this as long as he doesn't get clipped. I can't put the volume on. I wish I could. Like, trust me, I wish I could show the fights. I wish I could put the volume on. I just can't do anything that can, you know what I mean? YouTube. Sorry. That's TJ and Corey was a damn good matchup. That was a close one. That was a debatable one too. Corey Sandhagen, TJ Dillashaw from the other week. A lot of people think that Sandhagen should have won the decision. I don't have an issue with either in that one. You know what I mean? It was a very close fight. TJ just very unlikable because of what he's dealt with the last couple of years. We got Bruce Buffer doing the intro for Cyril Gane right now. Getting pretty booed, but that's to be expected. Derrick Lewis, the Houston guy. Derrick Lewis getting the intro now. Nice big pop there. Another super chat. Ricardo says, all Derrick has to do is touch him. It's wild. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's so weird to make a prediction based off of that. What's that? Oh, like, yeah, my brother said he's like kind of like Deontay Wilder. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah, that's true. I mean, Wilder had like no technique, but yeah, but one time, yeah, for sure. Someone says I need to commentate like Rogan because there's no audio. I'll do my best. I'm definitely no Joe Rogan, but I'll try to let y'all know what's going on. I'll let you know when the timer's up on the screen too, so you guys can try to sync it up the best you can. I know there's always going to be some sort of little lag here or there, but all right, y'all, it's about to happen. All right, fight just started. We are at 4:55 right now. Oh, Lewis slipped right to start the fight. Gane looks very calm, throwing the couple checks to the leg. So Gane's the one creating the pressure. He's like walking Lewis back towards the cage, but you can tell Lewis is also doing his thing and trying to, he's trying to load it up. It's going to be interesting to see how long these guys feel each other out before they really start letting loose. Unfortunately, that in Ngannou and Lewis fight, they never let loose. And that's like always a fear too with this type of fighting style, unfortunately. But Lewis looks focused as hell. He is looking him dead in the eyes, trying to pick his spot, while Gane lands leg kicks, just standing right in front of him. He's landed like 3 leg kicks, just back to back to back. Gane kind of bouncing in and out. Lewis kind of ducking his head a little bit. Lewis taking the center of the octagon now. Gane still throwing kicks. Lewis is like changing levels, kind of like to feint a little bit, but what it looks like he's trying to do is bounce around a little bit until Gane makes the type of move that he wants him to make, and I think that's when he's going to try to strike. You can see him; he pretty much just tried to do it just then. 2 minutes 50 seconds left in the first. Gane currently has octagon control, technically, because he is in the center and he's kind of pressing the action. But Lewis was doing it just a minute ago. Gane has controlled the action for the most part from like the positioning standpoint on the feet so far. Another light kick landed for Gane. Another light kick landed by Gane. So you can tell what he's doing. It's just a matter of Gane can like continue to, if he can continue to telegraph what Lewis is doing, because what Lewis is doing, you can tell he's making certain moves and certain lunges side to side and back and forth, where he's trying to get Gane to move in a certain spot for him to he went to the body there, but I don't think it really landed. Lewis just kicked Gane square in the nuts, it looks like. So we're going to have a break in the action. I will throw up a strike. Actually, you know what? I can throw that up right now while we're waiting for the nut shot. Because you got 5 minutes if he chooses to take it. So let's throw up some statistics so far. Gane says he's ready to go. These are the stats. If you can see them right now, significant strikes, 15 to Gane, 1 to Lewis so far. That is that's the most telling thing right now. You know, Lewis was pressing the action there, but didn't really land anything. Gane misses a head kick and gets a leg kick blocked. Lewis in the center of the octagon now. Oh, Lewis is running him down. Threw a couple strikes to the head, but didn't actually really land. But it forced Gane to turn around and like retreat as Lewis was coming behind him, for shots trying to hit the side of his head. I mean, Gane's been pretty effective so far with leg kicks. Just going low on Lewis basically so far. I don't know how much he's hurting him, but he's like just kind of like the Diaz brother kind of thing, where just little strike over and over and over accumulate to something. Ooh, Gane with a nice overhead right. And then a really nice leg kick followed up by Gane. Nice jab by Gane. That looks like it hurt Lewis. Lewis is saying he got poked in the eye, but referee Dan Mergliotta says it was a punch, so the fight's going to continue. That definitely hurt Lewis. We got 5 seconds left in the first. See if anyone throws something right at the last second. That's the end of round 1. Wow. All right. So what do y'all think? I mean, I think it's pretty clear that's Gane's round. You agree, Brian? Yeah. They just showed the replay of the punch that Lewis thought was an eye poke, but it looked like it was just a punch. Looked legal. So yeah, Gane's got to be ahead. So it's got to be 1-0 Gane, in my opinion. Let's pull up the stats real quick so we can take a look in between rounds. And I know I mentioned the Diaz brothers just a second ago. Don't forget, y'all, next month I'll be right here on the Fightful YouTube channel for UFC 266. And one of the fights is my favorite fighter of all time, Nick Diaz, coming back to action, rematch with Robbie Lawler. Can't believe that's happening in 2021. Mind blown. Statistics are out on the screen right now. We got Cyril Gane, 23 significant strikes to Derrick Lewis's 1. That's a very big discrepancy. 5 to the head for Gane, 0 for Lewis, 14 leg kicks to 0 for Cyril Gane. This is that was all Cyril Gane as far as the statistics are going to show right there. Round 2 just started. We are at 4 minutes and 50 right now. For anyone watching along wants to sync up. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, y'all, if you haven't already. I know I've got some more viewers throughout the main event here, so please hit that thumbs up button. If you want to send super chats, I'll make sure to put your predictions, anything you want to say about these fights, I'll put it right up on the screen for you, and I'll make sure to answer it as well, read it out. Oh, Lewis with a leg kick on to Gane. Don't think it was too bad, but, I mean, he definitely got him with it. Gane still got the center of the octagon, still the one kind of pressing the action with Lewis moving backwards. Just switched, though. Now Lewis is walking towards Gane. You see Gane, I don't know why he did that. You see Gane's footwork? He almost like crossed his legs. You never really see that. It's wild. This is exactly what we thought it would be. Like, Gane is running away when it comes to the stats. Gane thought he got a poke in the eye there, but the fight's going to continue. But as far as the stats go, I mean, Gane's running away with the striking so far. But Lewis is, you can just tell he's loading up for that one big punch. The crowd explodes every time Lewis does anything. Lewis went to kind of grapple for a second there, but nothing happened. They broke it up. Or didn't break it up. They just separated real quick. Lewis went high with a head kick, but it got blocked. Gane with a body kick. And Lewis went with the knee to the body, but I don't think it landed. I mean, Gane's able to keep his range really well so far. He just landed another leg kick to Derrick Lewis's lead leg. They're clenched up against the cage now. Lewis has some underhooks. Now they got the overhunters on each other. Gane with the underhooks, pushing Lewis up against the cage. Landed a knee to Lewis's lead leg. Landed another knee to his leg. And then a knee to the body of Derrick Lewis. Another knee to the leg. The crowd's booing because they don't like that Gane is pretty much, as we expected, he looks like he's the better grappler from the little bit we've seen so far. Another landed leg kick from Gane. Lewis is just going to have a real hard time finding his range against Gane. I mean, Gane's doing a great job. Another leg kick landed. I mean, he's just chopping away at Lewis's lead leg. And Lewis, I doubt Lewis will ever change his stance. Not that he necessarily needs to right now, but if he starts getting bad, I just don't see Lewis switching stances. I don't know if I've ever seen him do it or not, but he did in the first round. He switched stances. My brother said he switched stances in the first. Lewis did? After getting kicked in the leg a few times? I didn't notice that. Okay. So Gane's got Lewis pressed up against the cage. Now he's got double underhooks on Lewis. Ooh, I think Gane just threw a shoulder at him and then threw a punch. Lewis returned a punch but didn't land, and then Gane countered that with an attempt that didn't land. But I mean, they're throwing heavy. I mean, not everything's landing, but they're throwing heavy. Gane with a push kick to the body. commentator just said that Gane's landed like 70% of his overall strikes that he's thrown. I think that's what they just mentioned. So we've gone through 2 rounds now. I think it's pretty clear. Gane's got the first 2 rounds. First 2 rounds, Brian? Yeah, my brother agrees. We are in between rounds right now. I will let you all know when the 3rd round starts so you can sync up your timers. I'll let you know what time I'm looking at. I'm going to pull up the statistics right now so we can see the discrepancy here and how this fight's been going. So Lewis's body's already like starting to light up on one side on this this page here. But we got total strikes 52 to Lewis's 2. We have 38 significant strikes to Lewis's 2. 13 shots to the head by Gane, 0 have landed by Lewis. Man, 30 landed leg kicks by Gane, only 1 for Lewis. I mean, yeah, it is very one-sided on the scoreboard there through the first 2 rounds. I think it's pretty clear that Gane is up at least 20-18 right now. A lot of people in the chat have the same idea. It looks like, yeah, I really think a knockout or TKO is the only way Lewis can win, especially if Gane wins this round. Then Lewis only has 2 rounds to get the finish, and unless he, if he's able to manage like some 10-8 rounds or something, but that's just like super rare. Ricardo with another super chat. Thanks a lot, dude. Says, Magic Bong for sale, gives wrong predictions. This is because Ricardo had chosen Lewis. Hey, we're only 2 rounds in, though. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. Derrick Lewis has the kind of KO power that's going to be dangerous for 5 rounds. Gane landed some more leg kicks just then, though. Oh, sorry, Eric. Yes, we're at 350. 350 of the 3rd. So Gane's just kind of circling, just keeping his range, just doing his thing. Lewis is still the same. Lewis is doing the same thing he's been doing since round 1. Gane just landed another leg kick. And Lewis is like lunging in too. It's like super predictable what he's doing. He's just trying to throw Gane off enough to just get him in the right spot. But it just isn't working up to this point. Gane with another teep kick to the body. We're currently in the 3rd round for everyone watching. 2 minutes and 45 seconds right now left in the 3rd. Lewis has some underhooks on Gane, but then Gane reverses him to push him up into the cage. So Lewis, they have an over-under on each other, just kind of working for position. Lewis tried to throw Gane there, kind of almost like a judo toss type thing there, but it didn't wind up working at all. Gane just shrugged it off. I see we got some more viewers throughout this main event. Make sure to that thumbs up, y'all. That really helps us out over at Fightful. Gane just landed another nice leg kick to Lewis's lead. Like, he's hurt. He needs to breathe. It looks like he's breathing out of his mouth. He's getting popped. Gane's landing combos now. Lewis is covering up. He looks like he's turtling. This is about to get stopped. Oh, Lewis just popped up, and so Lewis never got dropped there, y'all, but he was turtled, like up against the cage. Lewis is still throwing heavy. Oh, Gane just landed. I think that was an uppercut. And then a knee to the head. This is about to get stopped. Oh my God. I can't believe he's covering up. Mergliata's giving him every opportunity. Whose mouthpiece just fell out? Lewis's mouthpiece just fell out. That is, I don't like that by Miragliotta. He should have let that keep going. That was a break for Lewis. Gane just landed a kick to the head. Gane is teeing off. But Lewis is still throwing heavy back at him. Like, he hasn't gone down. He's super hurt, and he keeps reaching for his eye. He's getting poked in the eye, but these are legit shots. These are not eye pokes. Gane with him on the ground. He's laying hammer fist. Lewis is literally just covering up, and that's it. Dan Miragliotta jumps in to stop the fight in the third round. Cyril Gane wins the interim UFC heavyweight championship. Wow. In Derrick Lewis's hometown. This crowd is dead right now. This is like Undertaker losing to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30 vibes happening right now. That crowd is deflated. And Derrick Lewis is gassed. He's hurt. He's laying on the ground. He's on his back. Yeah, Derrick Lewis just got totally dominated. He never had an opportunity to. Oh, I guess he had some opportunities there in some of those when they were really just throwing wild in a couple of those exchanges, but that was pretty much all Cyril Gane. Well, thanks for everyone who's saying good commentary. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best I can. And usually I'll have someone to go back and forth with, so it isn't just kind of me talking to myself and you guys the whole time. Might be a little more entertaining the next pay-per-view. But Gane, man, honestly, Miragliotta gave Derrick Lewis every opportunity because there was probably 3 or 4 different times during some of those exchanges that Miragliotta could have stopped that fight. No one would have had a problem with it. Yeah, people saying fake belt. I know. I mean, that is the feeling, unfortunately. That is the vibe of the championship. I'm going to hang out here with you guys a little bit longer. I want to hear what Cyril Gane has to say on the microphone. I'm assuming he's going to call out Ngannou. So in a perfect world, what do you guys think? Do you think they should do you do Cyril Gane versus Francis Ngannou? Because we've never had it before. And, of course, you'd be unifying the championships. And if you do that, if they can make it happen, do you do John Jones and Stipe Miocic with the winner fighting for the undisputed title after they unify the belts? I think that probably makes the most sense. It's all going to depend on if John Jones is willing to fight Stipe. Because Jones also, he's just at a status level where, and same with Stipe, to be honest, both guys are in a position where they can literally just sit out until they'll offer him title shots. They don't really care if they're staying active or not. Cyril Gane won the fight. For anybody joining late, Cyril Gane won by technical knockout in the third round, like 4 minutes or so into the third round. They'll show it here on the screen for me in a second. It was TKO round 3, 4 minutes and 11 seconds. We got Daniel Cormier in the octagon doing the post-fight interview with Cyril Gane right now. See what he has to say. Ask how it feels. Gane's a cool guy, though. I'm happy for him. Very athletic guy, undefeated, 10-0. He said he's just like the fans. He said he has big love for Derrick Lewis, being super respectful in Lewis's hometown. It's still strange watching Cormier do these interviews because, he should be fighting these guys still. You know what I mean? I shouldn't say should. I'm glad that he retired, when he did, but, he retired still as, one of the best heavyweights in the world. So it's still kind of weird watching him interview other heavyweights that, his competitiveness. He probably wants to fight these guys. Gane says that this was the game plan. He basically said he just implemented the exact game plan they wanted to put out there. So let me know in the chat right now. And once any last second super chats, I'll make sure to put your answer up on the screen here. Who wins, Francis Ngannou or Cyril Gane? If they make this fight happen, does Ngannou, it's basically the power of Ngannou. And Ngannou has looked just absolutely unstoppable lately. Don't get me wrong. Versus kind of the more technical, fighting with range style of Cyril Gane, but obviously still very dangerous style of Cyril Gane. I want to know y'all's predictions. Gane or Ngannou? I didn't realize that. Gane or Ngannou? I'm seeing people saying Gane. I know there's probably a little bit of a recency bias, because we just saw how impressive Gane looked. But I also don't think it's like the worst prediction. I really don't. I mean, Gane is 10-0. There's no reason to really pick against him up to this point. Okay. GC is asking Gane about Ngannou right now. Let's see what he has to say. So Gane basically said, let's go. He's ready to fight Ngannou. The two of them train together. I don't think they currently train together, but I think they have. My early prediction, I think I still got to go with Ngannou. I got to go with Ngannou over Gane, I think still, but like Gane has been super impressive, y'all. This was a damn good fight, or a damn good performance rather from Cyril Gane. Damn good fight between Pedro Munhoz and Jose Aldo. We had some good matchups tonight. I'm glad you guys were able to join me. If you enjoyed what you saw tonight, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you got any last second super chats, I'll make sure to read them out and put them up on the screen. If you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at FightTalk_, FIGHTTALK_. I want you guys to go over and check out FightfulSelect.com. That's the best way to directly support Fightful and all the great stuff that they do over at that website. Sean Ross Sapp, the #1 newsbreaker in all professional wrestling. You got my podcast, the Fightful Select Weekender, talking mainly independent professional wrestling and pretty much all non mainstream like WWE or AEW. I cover pretty much everything else. We had some good stuff this weekend, the Scenic City Invitational and Future Showcase. There's GCW this weekend, AAW this weekend, IWTV 100s tomorrow night. So a lot of good stuff for pro wrestling fans. I'll be talking a lot about that stuff tomorrow on the Fightful Select Weekender. You also get Alex Pulaski's Sour Graps podcast. In my opinion, the best one-man show in professional wrestling, Alex Pulaski's Sour Graps. You get that plus a lot more over at FightfulSelect.com. So please make sure to check that out and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll be back again. I know for sure for the next UFC show. So that'll be UFC 266. Let me look up the card real quick. I know for sure that's in the Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler fight. But obviously that's not the main event. I think it's Shevchenko. Trying to remember what the actual card was. I know Shevchenko fights on it though. We've got almost there. UFC 260. Oh, that's right. Volkanovski and Ortega for the featherweight championship. So I'll be back next month, UFC 266. That will be on September 25th. We got Volkanovski versus Ortega for the featherweight title. We got Shevchenko versus Murphy for the flyweight title. We have Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler, which I am pumped up for. Big rematch there. We got Curtis Blades versus Rosenstrike, and we got Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Calvillo all on that show. So join me. If there's any big boxing matches coming up, we may be here. Any celebrity fights, we'll see. Stay tuned. Make sure you're following me on Twitter once again at FightTalk_. Make sure to subscribe right here on the Fightful YouTube. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me.